We all have multiple areas in our lives we want to change. It could be a new car, a new house, a new relationship, or maybe even an old one. But we worry that if we spread our focus too thin, we will get little to no results in any of these areas. So we laser focus on one, and with a sad feeling, we forget about all the rest. Well, that stops now, because in this video, I'm going to show you that you can manifest multiple things at once and exactly how you can do it.
Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Matthew. I'm a manifestation coach who has helped many people manifest amazing things in their lives. So if you are in need of my help in creating your perfect life, check the links down below. They will take you to my website. If you could drop me a like and a comment on this video just to let me know whether you like this kind of content going forward, and subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon so you don't miss one of those videos. I look forward to working with you and seeing all your amazing comments. Now into this video. To start, I just want to clarify that you absolutely can manifest multiple things at the same time. This entire life around you is a manifestation of yourself. Now, just because you've watched a few videos or read a few books and become conscious of manifestation does not mean that you're automatically limited to only focusing on one thing at one time. You may have one main desire, such as a specific person or a new job, but you may still find that when you think about an old friend reaching out, they do. Or when you think about it's going to rain later, it does. Or when you think about seeing a rainbow on Instagram, you end up seeing one. Just because you have a main desire does not automatically mean that that must be your only focus and anything else is completely negligible until you get that desire. You can manifest multiple things at the same time. You've been doing it your entire life. Just because you're now consciously manifesting does not mean that you are limited. Do not worry about how many things that you are focusing on, because you will receive them all if you do what I'm about to give you. The first step, and this is generally the first step with any manifestation, but get deeply clear on what you actually want out of each topic. So let's say, for example, you want a car, you want a career, and you want a person. What color car? What make? What year is it? If it's a career, how much you're going to be earning per month or per week or per year? Is it remote? Is it half remote, half working from site or on in the office? Do you have a lot of vacation? What do you want out of this job or this career that you'll be doing? Same thing for person. If it's someone you know, who are they? How do you feel in this relationship? How do they treat you? What kind of things do you do together? If it's someone that you don't know and it's just a new person that you want, focus on how you would feel. What kind of things you would want this person to have, their kind of characteristics. But get deeply clear on what you actually want out of each topic. Because while yes, you can manifest with a very vague description of what you want, if you want something for specific, if you want that perfect thing that will change your life and just make it so that everything is just perfect from now on, you want to get actually deeply clear on what it is that you want. Because if I was to say, you know, I'm manifesting my dream car or focusing on manifesting my dream car, but I actually don't know what my dream car is, that basically limits it to any car or a car that I would deem as my dream car. But then I might come across something else a bit later that I'm like, oh, actually, I prefer this. Or same thing with relationship. If I just say I'm in a relationship, that opens me up to absolutely anything. But we all know that some relationships are better than others. There are people that are going to treat us better than others without us directly focusing on changing those behaviors. So get deeply clear on what you want to the point where it would be perfect if it was to come in. No complaints, no needs for adjustment, nothing. You can literally just, here it is, I'm happy, I'm good. And that will make the rest of it so much easier for you. The next step is to create those scenes and statements that imply that you have it, or really come to understand how you would think, feel, and act if it was already yours. So again, going back to the car example, if you're manifesting your specific car, what would you say if you had it? You know, I'm so happy to be driving a green Lamborghini. Or if it's a specific person, how would you feel? I'm so happy to feel so loved and cherished and adored by my person. Or if it's a visualization that you like to do, how would you drive this car? What would your office look like if you were manifesting the job? What kind of date could you visualize yourself doing with your specific person? And then the think, feel, and act thing, if you prefer to do it that kind of route, what kind of thoughts would you be having if you had your desire? What kind of things would you feel? How would you act? For example, career. Would you, if you, let's say you don't have a job right now, but you're manifesting a job, how would you act? you'd still get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and start getting yourself ready for the day, because up here you're supposed to have a job. Or you would think about, okay, I've got work tomorrow, I need to make sure that I have a nice breakfast in the morning, and just kind of think about your life as though you have your job. Same thing for person. If you were in a relationship, would you still go to the gym, for example? Yes, you probably would if that's something that you currently do now. So go to the gym, continue doing your normal schedule. Instead of sitting around saying, I don't feel good because my person isn't here, which is only going to get you more of that, get up and do the things that you would do if you were in this relationship. Or get up and make sure that you're thinking from the perspective of having this relationship. So create those thoughts, feelings, and actions, or those scenes and statements. The reason why I separate them slightly is because affirmations and visualizations and all that lot are techniques to get you into that state. So when you say, I am in a relationship, you are temporarily occupying the state of having that relationship through an affirmation. However, by thinking from the perspective of already having this relationship, so saving memes on your phone to show them, or thinking about how amazing it will be when you two move house or something, that's you embodying the state. That's you thinking from the end result. You are stepping into that end result and thinking from it. I'm in this relationship. This is what I'd be doing in this relationship, so I'm going to do it now. So that's like the slight difference between them, just in case you were a little bit confused. But essentially, create those scenes and statements and thoughts, feelings, and actions that imply that you currently, right now, have your desire. And do this for each topic. So get clear on the car, and then get clear on how you would think and feel and act, or what you would visualize, or what you would say to yourself if you had this car. Do the same thing for career, do the same thing for relationship. Obviously, whatever it is that you're manifesting, those are just the examples for this video. But get deeply clear on what you would think, feel, and act like, and the kind of scenes and statements that you would say to yourself if you had each one of your topics. Now, I know many of you are probably sitting there saying, I've done this for all of my other desires. How do I actually manifest them? Now, there are two ways that I recommend you go about this, and obviously whichever way resonates most with you, that's the route that you should go. But the first way is blocking out time. So for any of you who have been in the manifestation community, you've probably heard the 10 minutes 3 times a day, the 10K challenge, and all of those kinds of things, which essentially just state, try to do it as much as possible, take segments of time where you really, feed into this new story, and do that every now and then throughout your day. That way, if you are trying to manifest multiple desires, is extremely effective. So let's say that you have 3 topics that you want to manifest in the morning and in the night and some point during the day. Take 5 minutes for each one of those topics. So 15 minutes in total. So do whatever it is that you like to do technique-wise. First one, career. Do 5 minutes worth of affirming or scripting or visualization or whatever technique that you like for career. Once the 5 minutes is up, and you can set a timer if you want to, move on to specific person, same thing. Then move on to car, same thing. And just do this for whatever desires that you have, and keep it consistent. Because this way that you'll know that if you've done 5 minutes for each, then you're not spreading yourself too thin, as you know that you're putting yourself in that dominant state with the desires that you want to manifest, and they will still come into fruition. So you can do, again, this is just examples, but 15 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes for each topic. Same thing at lunchtime or when you get home from work or school or something, or whatever you do in your day-to-day life. And then again, the same thing in the evening, just before you go to bed or just when you've got some time. And then as you go throughout the day, if those thoughts regarding the specific topics come to mind, so if you have a thought about your new car or the car that you currently have and how much you wish it would change, that's when you refer back to your scenes and statements or your thoughts, feelings, and actions, and think from the end result. Shift that thought to what you actually want to experience, and then go about your day. So basically, block out times, focus on having each one of these desires within those times, and then anytime they come up during the day, try to flip them in your mind to the end result, and then continue about it like that. And obviously you can do the block time throughout the day as well. If you're, for example, doing chores, you could just quickly set a timer and do 5 minutes for one of them and then 5 minutes for the next, and so on and so forth. But if you're worried about focusing on one thing too much, I recommend you do the blocked out time way, because it's just easy to keep track of what you're doing and to make it consistent against all of your desires. If you found value in this video so far, be sure to drop me a like and a comment just to let me know so I can do more going forward. And if you are in need of any of my help, by all means check down below The links to my website are there. We can work together and get you to where you want to be. I look forward to working with you and to seeing all your comments. Now let's get back into the final point. The second thing that you can do, and this is something I personally do so I know that it works, and that is sporadic affirming. Now I say affirming because I affirm more dominantly than anything else, but you can replace affirming with your scripts, your visualization, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. Does not matter. It does not have to be fluent. Now the reason why I say that is because the train of thought exists for a reason. You will be thinking about one thing and then it will jump to the next and then to the next and then to the next. This is just a normal thing of the human mind. We quite often do not focus on one thing for far too long. Even when you're meditating or visualizing, you'll find your mind wandering. When you're working or playing an Xbox game, you'll find your mind thinking about other things while trying to play the game or work. You'll quite often find that your mind does not stay attracted to one thing for very long. So, if that's the case, and if we've been manifesting our entire lives anyway, that must mean that the sporadicity, is that a word? The sporadicity? The sporadicness? The jumping of thoughts that your mind does naturally also worked when it came to naturally manifesting before you came conscious of manifesting. So therefore, there is no reason why you absolutely must block your affirmations or block your technique. Yes, obviously you can do that if you find that more comfortable for you. But if you're just doing chores and you want to work on getting a new car, getting a new career, getting a new person, just affirm whatever comes to mind in that moment. I'm so grateful and happy to have my red Lamborghini. I'm so happy that I can drive my red Lamborghini to go and see my specific person, Deborah. I'm so happy to live in such an amazing house that I can afford because of how much money I earn through my career. Now, does that sound any different to how a typical train of thought would be? Now, obviously, I just made those up on the fly, so they weren't the best affirmations, but hopefully you would have followed the first couple of steps and created good affirmations or good visualizations and scripts for you to actually focus on. But does that sound any different to how the mind usually works? You go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, just like I affirmed. And if it worked when we were unconscious of manifesting, there's no reason why it won't work now. And this is actually exactly what I do. While I'm doing chores, in the morning, at night before I go to sleep, I will just think of things that I like. So a couple of examples, my subscriber count, my client count, my home sort of situation like me, Katie, the kids and everything, or like my happiness. I'll think of a few topics and then I'll just sporadically affirm for them. I'm so grateful to have X amount of subscribers. I'm so grateful to have so many clients that I'm able to offer an amazing service to. I'm so grateful me, Katie and the kids are happy, healthy and wealthy. I'm so grateful that my life is amazing. I'm so grateful that every single day my life gets better and better. I feel so happy and amazing to know that I have amazing people on my YouTube who support me and who are there to help me build my channel. Things like that, I'll just think over and over because it's my life. You know, I will, as soon as I'm done recording this video, I'm going to go respond to clients. As soon as I'm done responding to clients, I'm going to respond to my YouTube comments, check my YouTube subscriber count, see if I've lost some, see if I've gained some. As soon as Kate and the kids get home, I'm going to start speaking to them. I'm going to start, so your day is constantly changing. So if you are doing a technique that is kind of sporadic, that's fine. That's the way your mind works anyway. Yes, you can redirect focus and do like 5 minutes of one technique and 5 minutes for another topic and everything, but you don't have to because your mind works sporadically anyway, if that makes sense. So if you worry that you're not focusing on one thing enough because you're kind of all over the place, that is fine. You can still do that. If you prefer to keep it all compact in like 5 minutes of one thing, do that. But if you prefer to just affirm for the 15 minutes that I referenced, but for like each one of your topics just as the affirmations come out, do that because your mind also does the same thing. Now, this is my experience. I know I'm probably going to get someone commenting because I've had a lot of people comment lately actually disapproving with my videos or saying that I'm only doing this for the money, which is just baffling considering I offer like the cheapest prices out there. So this is what works for me. I've had success with this. Katie does it also. She has success with this. I have clients that I've worked with who say they don't like doing blocks of time because they find themselves getting bored, and they've had success with this. So see what resonates well with you and then do whatever you're more comfortable with. But this is how you can manifest multiple things all at the same time. Either spread your focus sporadically or spread your focus like blocked time-wise, like structuredly, and it will work for you. If this video has helped, be sure to leave me a like, comment and subscribe, and click on this video up here to see all of my own personal successes and how I got them so that you can learn from my mistakes and things that I wish I had done better. Thank you everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one.